social media has a negative effect on people's social skills. So, you all, have you ever been out in public with some friends, just hanging out, having lunch, and you look up and you find that you were on your phone, and all of them were on your phone, and you're not talking to each other, and then you look around the restaurant and you see that everyone is not talking to each other, and you're like, what is this? Well, I found myself in that situation perhaps too many times, and it directly can be traced back to our heavy reliance on indirect communication from behind a glass wall. Perhaps an even greater warning sign would be that this is a norm for our society, and unfortunately even for my own mom and I sometimes when we're at the dinner table. We just sit there and kind of watch YouTube and don't talk to each other. So today we will be discussing how social media leaves a lasting impact on your ability to effectively communicate with others and why face-to-face interaction is its only solution. So social media turns empathy into apathy. So through our generation, or though our generation would be described as one of the most sensitive and touchy rounds of people that have ever been born into this world, it's not due to their ability to relate and feel for those around them. No, this is a lack of empathy, and it can be directly linked to the constant flood of terrible and unimaginable stories that are constantly being presented to us through news companies on social media. This exposure gives our minds a "I've seen it all" mentality, though most of us have hopefully never seen even half of any of those horrible things that were constantly being presented on like social media and on those stories on like Snapchat or Facebook. So basically, our generation is very emotional and empathetic, but only ever to ourselves. Social media propagates this sense of individuality and influence, and consequently, people have started losing their ability to communicate effectively, which is a testament to what kind of control social media has over their lives. Basically, social media makes us only empathetic to ourselves, and that is otherwise known as apathy, or not being able to relate to the feelings of others. So social media destroys our communication skills and being able to talk to others. So though this sort of branches off of the previous topic, social media does in fact cause us to be terrible at physically communicating with others. A huge part of communication revolves around eye contact, as we've discussed in class, being able to listen as well. A huge barrier that I've had to overcome in the past is dealing with eye contact as well, and that partly can be traced to my constant reliance on being able to communicate with others from behind the safety of a screen. Listening is another matter, and though many people can hear what someone is saying, few take the time to actually listen because, to be frank, they don't care. An article from Forbes speaks on this topic, stating, "We line up for a moment of Twitter's megaphone to broadcast our own thoughts to the world, but have little interest in thoughtfully considering the reaction from others." So drop the phones, you all, and just talk to people face to face. When talking to people and looking into their eyes with the intent to understand who they are, you're not going to be disappointed. An article from a website called The Art of Manliness says, being able to look people in the eye and hold their gaze can help you better network with others, land a job, pitch an idea, make a moving speech, woo the ladies, and intimidate your enemies. Multiple studies have shown that physically spending time with friends can improve communication skills, mental health, and self-esteem. Social media does the reverse to us in each of those areas. So just go talk to someone you're friends with. Don't talk, or don't text them, just go talk. It's that easy, and it's going to help you a lot more in the long run. Today, we've discussed the negative impacts of social media on our social skills, and also the simple diagnostic to this huge issue in our society. While you're at dinner, all you gotta do is put the phone down. If not for your parents, then just help yourself out. You all, we never know when fate's gonna have its way and the people that we love are gonna be whisked away from us. Make our time here meaningful because it's so short, and don't waste away the time that God's giving you to have with your parents or friends. In conclusion, just get off those social networking sites and take a moment to respect the people in your life, who spend every day loving you for all that you are. Enjoy these moments before they're taken away by age and responsibility. Thank you.